This is one more lesson of English by television, presenting Follow Me. Yes, we are nearly ending this lesson, and we're reaching lesson 57. Aula 57. Olha, coisa boa, estamos chegando no final do seu curso de inglês pela televisão Follow Me. São 60 aulas. Lesson 57. Lesson 57. Essa hora que você começa a planejar, onde é que você vai usar todo esse inglês que aprendeu, que está praticando sempre junto comigo na internet. Vamos ver o primeiro trecho do vídeo de hoje. Follow me.
We have at the moment 800 pupils. We shall grow next year to 1,000 pupils. And the main body of those pupils are in 11 to 16 age range.
Hello. If you go to a country where people speak English, they'll probably ask you about your country. Today, you'll hear a man telling some strangers about England. He finds it isn't an easy thing to do.
Mr. Copley? We've got visitors.
Visitors? I'm not expecting visitors.
They're here to see the minister. They're very important people. He can't see them yet. He's busy.
Good heavens.
He says, can you talk to them for a few minutes?
Talk to them? What about?
Anything. Talk to them about Britain.
About Britain? Oh, right.
Tell them about Britain.
Good morning. No. I'm Mr. Copley. Well, now, let's see. Something about Britain. Our political parties, yes? We have three main political parties. The Conservative Party, the Labour Party, and the Liberal Party. Our government at the moment... But you know all that already, of course. Education. Education. Children in this country start school at 5. They leave school at 16. Or they can stay till they're 18. If they pass their exams, they can go to university. If you work in this country, you pay 30% income tax. If you're ill, or if you haven't got a job, you get some money from the government. Wages go up by 10% a year. Of course, prices go up by 15% a year. Christine? Help, Christine.
A cup of tea?
A good idea. A cup of tea.
If they pass their exams, they can go to university. If you work in this country, you pay 30% income tax.
Você viu? Se você trabalhar na Grã-Bretanha, na Inglaterra, você paga 30% de imposto de renda. Preço único. Então vamos lá, eu tenho algumas frases aqui no quadro. If you go to a foreign country, people will probably, if you go to a foreign country, se você vai a um país estrangeiro, a foreign country, people will probably ask you. As pessoas provavelmente vão perguntar a você do seu país, about your country. If you go to a foreign country, people will probably ask you about your country. Vamos lá? Repeat. If you go to a foreign country, people will probably ask you about your country. Very good. Veja a pronúncia de country. No Brasil, o povo tem mania de falar country. Não é não. É country, ok? Country, com an de manhã. Country. Today, you will hear a man. Hoje você vai ouvir um homem telling some strangers about England. Contando a uns estranhos sobre a Inglaterra. Strangers, pessoas desconhecidas. Today you'll hear a man telling some strangers about England. Come on, repeat. Today you will hear a man telling some strangers about England. Very good. Can you talk to them about Britain? Can you talk to them about Britain? Repeat. Come on. Can you talk to them about Britain? Good. We have three main political parties. Parties são partidos políticos. Political parties. Main quer dizer principais. Nós temos três partidos políticos principais. We have three main political parties. The Conservative Party, Partido Conservador, the Labour Party, o Partido dos Trabalhadores, and the Liberal Party, o Partido Liberal. We have three main political parties. Repeat. We have three main political parties. Good. The Conservative Party, the Labour Party, and the Liberal Party. Come on. The Conservative Party, the Labour Party, and the Liberal Party. Very good. You know all that already. Você sabe tudo isso. Already é já. Você já sabe tudo isso. Se fosse negativa, seria yet. You don't know yet. Você não sabe ainda. You know already, ok? Afirmativo. Já. Você já sabe. You know all that already? Of course. Of course. Claro. You know all that already. Of course. Repeat. You know all that already. Of course. Very good. Children in this country start school at 5. 5 aqui é a idade das crianças. Children in this country start school at 5. Repeat. Children in this country start school at 5. E por último, if you work in this country, you pay 30% income tax. Se você trabalhar neste país, vai pagar 30% de imposto. If you work in this country, you pay 30% income tax. Mas sabe que pagar 30% de imposto lá vale muito a pena? Por quê? Porque eles usam o seu dinheiro para as coisas boas. Follow me.
Pardon?
It's my Uncle Alan.
It's your Uncle Alan who fixes bikes, is it? Yes. And what's your bike like? Has your bike got 2 wheels or 3 wheels? 3 wheels.
There are 14 children in the school at the moment, and we're divided into 2 groups, the younger set and the older children. Mrs. Richards takes the younger ones.
We call it an 8-form entry school. In other words, in each year group we have 240 pupils with 8 forms. This works out basically at 30 pupils in a class, although this doesn't carry right throughout the school. that in the first 2 years, pupils are taught in almost every subject in what we call mixed ability groups. In other words, children are of every ability in teaching groups for the first 2 years. After the first 2 years, in most subjects, they become divided according to their ability and the examination level to which they'll attain.
With the little ones, the most important thing is getting them to read, because until they can read, there's very little they can do. So a lot of time is spent on language work, looking at things, talking about things, and then introducing them to words which are written down, and to reading books first, very simple books, and gradually building up their vocabulary until hopefully they can read quite well when they come to Mr. Beatty.
Você viu o jeitinho da professora toda contida, acho que o salário dela também não é dos melhores. Vamos ver o que eu tenho no quadro? There are 14 children at the moment, no momento, and we divide them into 2 groups. Há 14 crianças no momento e nós as dividimos em 2 grupos. There are 14 children at the moment. Repeat. There are 14 children at the moment. And we divide them into 2 groups. Come on. And we divide them into 2 groups. Very good. With the little ones, com as pequenas, the most important thing, a coisa mais importante is getting them to read, é fazê-los ler. Então vamos repetir. With the little ones, the most important thing is getting them to read. Come on. With the little ones, the most important thing is getting them to read. Very good. Before they can read, antes que eles possam ler, can indica habilidade, capacidade. I can read. Eu sei ler, eu consigo ler. I can swim. I can play the piano. Okay? Before they can read, there's very little they can do. Há muito pouco que eles possam fazer. Before they can read, there's very little they can do. Repeat. Before they can read, there's very little they can do. Very good. Podemos continuar? Eu tenho mais trechinho para você do Follow Me.
We have many national daily newspapers in Britain. For example, there's the Guardian, the Daily Telegraph, and the Financial Times. They are the most serious newspapers. Then there are the popular newspapers, the Daily Mirror, the Sun, the Daily Express, and the Daily Mail. The popular newspapers have more photographs than the serious papers. They have fewer articles about international politics. They are more popular.
Ah, there you are. I'm sorry I'm late, but you're all right, I see.
Who is this?
I'm with the visitors. I translate for them. They don't speak English.
What?
Not a word.
But I was telling them about Britain. I was talking about our political parties, our income tax, our newspapers, and our schools.
Well, I can translate for you if you like.
No, it doesn't matter.
Giotto, ottozuni staino desu ga?
Ah, there is something they want to know about.
Good, what is it?
Nandaska?
Loch Ness Monster ni tsuite. Ottozuni staino desu?
They'd like to know all about the Loch Ness Monster.
Yes?
The minister is free now.
Thank you.
Right, we'll go and see him. It's a pity. I wanted to hear about the Loch Ness Monster.
You can watch television tonight. There's a program about it.
Oh, good. Cochero e dozo.
We have many national daily newspapers in Britain.
They don't speak English, not a word. Tanta gente que sofre desse problema, né? Vamos ver o que eu tenho aqui. They don't speak English. Eles não falam inglês. English, not a word, nenhuma palavra. They don't speak English, not a word. Repeat. They don't speak English, not a word. Very good. But I was telling them, mas eu estava dizendo a eles, I was telling them all about England, tudo sobre a Inglaterra. But I was telling them all about England. Repeat. But I was telling them all about England. Good. They want to know, eles querem saber, about the Loch Ness Monster. Eles querem saber do monstro de Loch Ness. They want to know about the Loch Ness Monster. Repeat. They want to know about the Loch Ness Monster. Eu ia falar mountain. We have many national daily newspapers in Britain. We have many national daily newspapers in Britain. Veja aqui. National está qualificando newspapers. Daily também qualificando newspapers. Então, we have many national daily newspapers. Nós temos muitos jornais diários e nacionais in Britain. In Britain. Repeat. We have many national daily newspapers in England. No, in Britain. Vou repetir. We have many national daily newspapers in Britain. Come on. We have many national daily newspapers in Britain. Saiu. Very good. Vamos continuar? Follow me para você.
Cup of tea?
Yes, please. The Loch Ness Monster. They want to know about the Loch Ness Monster.
So do I.
The map says we're here or here.
But which road must we take?
Well, both roads go to Loch Ness.
Well, we'll know when we get to the loch.
Oh.
We'll get wet when we fall in. Where are we staying?
At Roundtree Cottage. It's just outside the village of Inverness. Mr. McTavish's daughter rents it to tourists on the holiday season.
McTavish? Is he the man that says he's seen the monster?
Yes.
Well, I hope the monster's really there. And I hope Inverness there too. This is it. I think it's a cottage, all right. And there's the Roundtree.
It looks spooky.
Well, they tell strange stories about the Roundtree. Well, they're not true, of course.
Oh. Hello? Is there anybody there?
Oh, something smells good.
Yes, I think it's roast pork. It is. How wonderful. But who's it for?
It's for us. There's a note here on the table. It says, "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Bruce, I know you've had a long journey, so I've cooked you a meal. Yours, Fiona McTavish."
How kind.
Oh, there's more. If you go for a walk after dinner, be careful. The cottage is right next to the loch. That was
Wonderful. Oh, gosh, I'm tired. Are you ready for bed?
What about the washing up?
Oh, we'll do that in the morning. And after all, it is our wedding night.
All right.
What was that?
Was that you?
Oh, I thought it was...
It's a Loch Ness monster!
Are you the foreigners?
Certainly not. We're English.
That's what I mean. You're the foreigners from London, and you've come to see Nessie.
Yes. Are you Mr. McTavish?
Aye, but there's no time for that. I've seen her in the loch.
The monster?
Aye, Nessie, she's out there.
Is that what we heard?
No, that was me. Quick, follow me.
But it's dark out there. You can't see a thing.
But you can see her eyes. Come on.
But you can see her eyes. Come on. Você viu? Ele viu os olhos do monstro. Então ele tem certeza que viu o monstro todo. Vamos ver no quadro? Aqui não tem monstro nenhum. Hello. Hello. Is there anybody there? Tem alguém aí? Hello. Is there anybody there? Repeat. Hello. Is there anybody there? Good. It smells good. Ai, que cheiro bom. It smells good. Repeat. It smells good. Smell. Smell. It smells good. Repeat. It smells good. Very good. I think it's roast pork. Pork é carne de porco. Roast, assada. I think it's roast pork. Repeat. I think it's roast pork. Very good. I know you've had a long journey. Eu sei que você fez uma viagem longa. I know you've had a long journey. So, I cooked you a meal. Por isso, fiz uma refeição, cozinhei uma refeição para você. I cooked you a meal. To cook a meal é fazer uma refeição. Fazer no sentido de preparar, né? De cozinhar. I know you've had a long journey, so I cooked you a meal. Repeat. I know you've had a long journey, so I cooked you a meal. Very good. If you go for a walk outside, se você for dar uma volta lá fora, be careful. Tenha cuidado. If you go for a walk outside, be careful. Repeat. If you go for a walk outside, be careful. Good. The cottage is next to the loch. The cottage is next to the loch. Repeat. The cottage is next to the loch. Come on. The cottage is next to the loch. Very good. Vamos continuando. Follow me.
Look there. There she is. Where? There, man. Can't you see? Look at her great eyes.
McTavish, it's...
Ah! Ow!
Nigel! Are you all right, Nigel?
I fell into the loch.
But did you see the monster?
No, it was the headlights of a car on the other side of the loch.
It was a mistake anybody could make. Well, I'll say good night to you two young people. After all, it is your wedding night.
You can see more of the monster story next time. For the moment, these were the most important things from today's program. If they pass their exams, they can go to university. If you work in this country, you pay 30% income tax. We have many national daily newspapers in Britain.
Pois é, esse foi o final da aula 57 e o começo de uma lua de mel não muito bem sucedida. Estou contando com você na próxima aula, hein? Lesson 58. Thank you very much. Goodbye.